Hey YouTubers, welcome back. Okay, so I am going to be doing a overall relationship energy reading for the rest of the weekend, the 17th and the 18th of June. But I wanted to share this story with you. So if you don't want to hear my story, just scroll through. But I have to tell you this. So, if you listen to the mid-June air element reading, Aquarius, okay? And when I say we're energetically connected, we are energetically connected. We are energy, right? Right? So I'm not even freaking kidding you. When I started laughing in the video and I said about my friend being an Aquarius, like what time is it? We don't know what time or day, like whatever. I'm not even freaking kidding you. Yesterday after I was like done working and everything, my freaking phone goes off and I look down. It's him. What are you up to? Now I had just talked to him um, last week, I think it was. He messaged me like happy belated birthday because he was away, and he was like, happy belated birthday. Like I didn't forget, like I was away or whatever, blah blah blah. And I was like, it's cool, like whatever. But he's like a soulmate. Okay, he's like we've never like we're in a relationship or anything of that nature. But he is like somebody who taught me a lot of karmic lessons about myself. He has been there with me through all of the shit that has happened in my life, like over, the past. I mean, stuff's been going down for a long time, but the past like 5 years have been like the adding up to the like the tower moments, like and still he is like a soulmate, right? Now I knew his sister like well before I met him because he's like 7 years younger than me, so he would have been whatever. But and people would talk about him in a way that was like like he was like some kind of like jerk off, like he player like whatever, like okay, like I make my own judgment calls, like I said. So like when we first like met each other, which was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, we immediately like clicked, like seriously. And like when I say like he would like come to my house on a Thursday and wouldn't leave till like Monday, like we would just have like just fun, you know what I mean? And he messages me, what are you up to? And we're like talking and I'm like, I already know where this is going. Now he moved like a half an hour away from me. So, we're arranging to like, he's like, let's go out around where I live or whatever. And like, I've never gone out there before. So I'm like, yeah, it sounds like fun. Like, let's do it. Like I said, it's not about like where we're going. Like, we have fun wherever we go, right? That's the way it should be when you're with somebody that like you care about, or just like your friends, like whatever. You're going out with your friends. Like, who cares about like where you are? So I get there or whatever. He turns the TV on like as soon as I get there because of course he's not ready, but he's rushing me to freak around. I get there at like whatever. He turns the TV on and says 10:10. So like he goes and finishes like getting ready, and he's driving to the first place. And then we just like freaking Ubered it everywhere else, and we get in his car. It's 11:11. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a fantastic night. Oh, was it a night? Let me tell you. He has taught me so much about myself. He has seen me in some of the worst. He has seen me at my worst. Okay, nervous breakdowns, crying, like freaking batshit crazy, right? He he is always talk through things with me, like help me out, like. But he just has like he just shows me what it is that I do deserve, and he always has said that, like, but he shows it, you know. And when we go out, perceivably, everybody thinks that we're a couple. Well, we're not, and we're both air signs, so freaking running at the mouth, laughing, just having a good time. Like seriously, he takes me to this place. Okay, I told you I don't care where we go. It's called the watering trough. I kept calling it the watering hole. He's like laughing at me. He's like, the trough. I'm like, he's like, I used to call it that too. I'm like, so hole, trough, whatever. We get there. And of course, you gotta have your like ID check, like whatever, depending on where you live, how you go through whatever. But where we're at, there's like a cornfield over here, and then we have like this freaking like bar, and then like couple, like it's just like random strips of stuff. Like I don't know where we are. The guy's like, "I see your ID." I'm like, "Sure." you know, give him my ID. Well, we're like looking at it for well over the time it should take you to read my ID. Okay? But people don't believe how old I am. That's another thing. Why am I giving you my ID? That is like, but that makes no sense to me. Okay? So, I've been well over the age of 21 for a long time now. So, then they're like, you need to put your purse in this plastic bin thing. I'm like, okay. So they put it in there. And now this guy's like wanting me. I'm like, you know? So then he's like, can you turn around? I'm like, what? Like, to turn around? I have like on one of those like tank top, like bodycon dresses, right? With like leggings. Like, what do you think I have on me, you know? So I really turn around and my ass is like in this guy's face. And I'm like looking at my friend. I'm like looking at him. I'm like, and he's like looking at me and then looking at him, like, what are you doing? You know, like, hurry up. And I'm like, this is freaking uncomfortable. So, like, we're walking away. I'm like, that was freaking like going through customs at the airport. Like, what the hell's going on here? And he's like, I know, right? Tell me why we meet a guy last night who's Homeland Security and he's a pilot. And I'm like, how about, I said, isn't that like going through security, like customs at the airport, you know, when we get here? And he's like, I know, like, and it was like 6 degrees separation. We run in, not run in, but we meet a guy who here, he knows my family. I know his family. Went to school with my brother. He knew my friend. You know, it was just like crazy. And we go to this place and it's like so eclectic. There is like every type of social group you can think of there. Like, it was just like crazy. Freaking dance off at the end, like not the end of the night, but like a dance off in the middle of the night. Like these two dudes are like dancing it off and it was just like, what is going on? Like, it was bizarro world. Like, I had so much fun. And I just have to tell you, like, when I told you I wasn't feeling good, like, you know, I was having, like, freaking nervous breakdown. It was, you know, that karmic cycle, I've ended it. I've completed it. And I know that because for the first time in a very, very long time, I actually went out and felt like my freaking self again. Like, and going out with somebody who he is like freaking he is one of my soulmates. He was meant to be in my life in the manner that he's in it, right? And him and I like just don't. There's just like when I say soulmates, we're all souls. We can mate with other souls, correct? But then you have like the lover of your soul. That's where we don't connect because there's like not that like passion. Like I don't want to cuddle with him or anything of that nature. It's like, but when we go out, it's like he's like, okay, like watches me because you know we're out together, and even though we're not together, it's a little disrespectful because you don't know that to like try to come up and talk to me. Yeah, and it happened, you know, a few times. I mean, I had girls hitting on me last night. I was like, what is going on? Like, freaking girls hitting on me, freaking guys, like, you know, are looking at him. The one guy even said, like, when they found out how old I was, okay, because perceivably, for some reason, people just don't believe it. I'm like, okay, why did I lie to you? Um, but he's like 7 years younger than me. So they're like, oh, go ahead, like, you know, like, and I'm like, oh, no, we're not together. And they're like looking at me, and then they look at him, and they're like, why? What are you doing? And I'm like, we're just friends. Like, we're fine, you know? But then that doesn't give you the avenue to try to hit on me now. No. And he makes that very clear, like, oh, she's good, you know? But just free, like, felt so freaking good to, like, go out and just mingle with everybody, you know, with a soulmate who shows you and respects you and treats you. Because if anybody ever disrespected me and I told him, I already know. There's been times where he's like, do I need to take care of something for you right now? And I'm like, we're not going to do that. Because he knows me. He knows I'm a good person, and he knows me on that deep level, right? So that's where if I would have perceived him in the way that everybody was talking about him and not have given him a chance to just like talk to me on a friend level, I would have missed out on a soulmate, right? I would have. But I didn't let my ego take over. I'm like, I make my own judgment calls when it comes to friendships and people. Like, because I know what it's like to be perceived as something I'm not, right? Why would I do that to another? Because I know what it feels like. I don't do that. And since him and I mean, when I tell you, time, him and I, time, didn't I say that in a freaking Aquarius video? Freaking bananas, he messages me the freaking next day. I even told him, I was like, I did one of my readings, and you weren't. I was like, it was your like energy, like, Aquarius. I said, but like I made a comment in the beginning, like I was laughing because I was like, you know, 6:30 in the morning, we're sitting on his balcony, freaking sun's coming up. I'm like, dude, I just like went in his house and got in the guest bed and I just like freaking passing out. He comes freaking walking in. I'm like, I'm going to sleep. What? Like I cannot talk any longer. And he's like, I'm just bringing you some iced tea. Yeah. And then freaking wakes me up at 1 o'clock by walking in the doorway and going, wake up. And I'm like, are you crazy? As all hell. Waking somebody up like that. I said, Jesus Christ. I said, I just freaking like, I was like dead body style sleeping, passed out. And you got somebody like in the doorway, like, wake up. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to kill you right now. I'm like, why is that coffee pot not running? And then he's like, I thought we'd go to breakfast. I'm like, oh, well, that's better. Okay. Then I think he like felt bad because he was like, do you want me to make you coffee? Because he knows that's like first thing I do in the morning. And I was like, no, it's just like go to breakfast. But it was lunchtime. Whatever. Perception. Yeah. So 11:11. I even looked up at the clock last night at the bar, like the digital clock, like just like I didn't even know it was up there. Something just like pulled me to look up, and it said 12:22. I was like, like the numbers are everywhere. I was like, I knew this was going to be a good night. But yeah, got to release those karmic energies, right? There's so many relationships that are meant to be together, and people are just fighting up against lower energies, and it's like, just free yourself. Just freaking free yourself. Be happy. Have fun. And speaking of that, I don't really like Chinese food. I mean, I do. It depends. I used to eat it all the time. It's not something I really care for anymore. But the fortune cookies, because, of course, why wouldn't I just love to break fortune cookies open and see what's inside of them? So a few months ago, my friend had ordered Chinese food, and, I took the fortune cookie. And this was the fortune inside of it. Happiness is not pleasure, it's victory. Right? It's freeing yourself. Happiness is victory. When you are not being yourself, right? When you're not being yourself, the only person you're cheating is you. But then what you're also doing is you're lying and manipulating others by not being yourself and not being your truth. And if you're wearing a mask in order to take advantage of somebody on a lower level vibration, that's karma within you that you're going to deal with on a it's going to bite you in the ass, put it that way. Because you're manipulating, and you could be manipulating, not could, it normally is always that way. There's fears that, people are carrying, those karmic fears are what needs to be released, but you want to talk to someone, right? And what do you want to talk to them about? If you just want to screw them, tell them up front, hey, I'm just interested in like hooking up. So there's no questioning there. But then you hook up with the person, but then you continue to talk to them for, a long period of time. And maybe you hook up a few times when you don't, it doesn't matter. But then you just kind of like disappear, or that person ends up feeling not worthy, but spent so much time talking to you. Where perceivably did you think it was going? Why did you continue? Why? That's the problem. Be your truth. Then nobody has to question anything in these connections, right? But people have been ending karmic cycles and should be ending these karmic relationships. It's been coming up in the readings for so long now, and I see it happening. But that's releasing yourself of a disbelief of your unworthiness and knowing your truth and knowing you're worthy. And there's these lovers of the soul, these, it says 543 on the oven right now. I shit you not. I told you. These karmic relationships should be ending, going backwards, a path back. We're going back and reviewing now what it is that's blocking us from victory, and that's happiness and our truth, being ourselves, right? What are you losing by being yourself? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You are magnifying, you are sending out a vibration You're a magnet. You're energy, right? You're sending out a signal in order to bring you everything that it is that you truly desire. But if you're doing it and using emotional manipulation for your own selfish reasons, you are then creating more karma for you to go through and deal with, and you're delaying your own happiness by not being your truth. So these connections have come together, and they fell apart, and people are wanting to speak their truth, but they're not. So what do? Do you stay stuck in the karmic cycle by not speaking your truth, or do you take a leap of faith, right? Let go of the control issues, which is what? The control is manipulating, not speaking your truth, not being yourself. You're controlling it by focusing on negativity, lower level energies, vibration. And if you're not manipulating in order to get something, then it shouldn't be a problem to speak your truth, because regardless of whether the person accepts or denies having a connection with you, it doesn't matter, because you're releasing yourself of the lower level energies, and now you're moving forward. You're always moving forward. It's moment to moment to moment to moment. 5 minutes ago doesn't matter. It's over. It's right now. You're existing. Like I say, it's your time, space, reality when you're watching this. It doesn't exist in mine anymore, right? So it's already preconceived who's going to be watching these videos and connecting to the energies and understanding what's coming through. But people need to be themselves. Face yourself. Seriously, if you have a truth that you need to talk about or say to someone something, and you have no malicious or manipulative, preconceived notions behind what it is that you're doing, like you're not going to go speak your truth and expect something. But you're speaking your truth just to free yourself of it and go like this. Well, I said what I had to say. Now I can move forward and live my life. With or without that person, does not matter what their response is. You're speaking your truth, freeing yourself. Happiness is victory. That's what I feel now. And for the first time in a very freaking long time, I told you that 700,000 ton whatever elephant that was on my back for well over the time it needed to be. I faced my fears. I did what I was led to do. And I didn't freaking care what the response was. Didn't. And it was lower level energies anyway. And I told you I can't tolerate it. I can't go there. Because I don't understand. I can't have conversations on that level. I just can't. I don't get it. So we're clearly not on the same page. That's fine. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to go live my life. And last night, for the first time in a very long time, I freaking had so much fun. I had so much fun. Reminded by, one of my soulmates, hey, you're worth it. You're worth it. He doesn't let me dig in my bag. Oh no, you don't pay for shit, right? Even when you try to. I mean, I'm not that person. I don't take advantage of people, no way. But he's the guy that's like, no, you're fine. Everything. He opens the door, lets me go first. Respect, just respectful, but he gets it in return, I don't use him in that manner. I'm not using him for his money, and I'm not using him to be like, freaking, like, fanning me with bamboo and whatever. No. That's it. Just get it. Just treat each other with that type of respect. Because we respect our own selves. That's what's missing here. Be you. Be you. Not the you that everybody else believes you should be. Be you. And that's it. And it was just free-flowing energies last night. We were just being ourselves, as always. Don't know how to be anybody else. And it was, people were just talking to us. We were just having fun and just free. I felt so free of all this past residual energy of not feeling worthy and not feeling good enough and feeling as if I was, not worth anything. And, here comes my soulmate who, lives separate, different areas now, whatever. But, we reconnect every couple of months to go out, and nothing's changed. And now that I have, not had a nervous breakdown, You know, he's seen them. It was just, it was just fun. It's freaking fun. And that's what it's about being here, right? So, that's what these relationships are about. People need to stop. Circumstances and situations, of course, but there are lessons to be learned behind them. But if there's passion there with that person, why would you allow that circumstance or situation to ruin something you may never find again in that manner and think about it for the rest of your life? Because I talk to people all the time. I know them up close and personal. I wish I would have never done that. I wish I would have, you know, whatever. And they feel like they lost a direct counterpart. And they're living without them for the rest of their life because all they had to do was speak their truth. That's it. And they never did. Be you, right? Be you. You're not missing anything by being you. So let's see what's going on for these overall energies. I already cleared these cards and everything, of course. But let's see what these overall energies are for the rest of the weekend here, Saturday and Sunday, June 17th and 18th. Any more messages, angels, in regards to the energies for the rest of the weekend? Again, these are the energies this weekend, and they can lead up into moments, right? You know, but you know, this is the weekend energies that are building up. You know, time. You know, energies. Time's fluid, so it's what are you doing in relation to how you feel? All right, I was told that was it. Bottom of the deck, separation. Yep. Because we're not speaking our truth. We're not being ourselves. We're afraid. Afraid of what? I always say, what are you afraid of? I was afraid. Huh. I was so afraid. Told you. Tiptoeing around on eggshells. Don't want to reach out to the person. Why? Fear of rejection. Oh, absolutely. You know, fear of rejection, abandonment issues. Not no more. No. I freed myself with karma. Not afraid, you know? People can only treat you in the manner that you believe that you deserve to be treated. Let's get into the, excuse me. Actually, let's do the romance angel cards first. Then I'll do an intuitive cartomancy path here. So, the first, I can't. I told you, there's no bullshit here. If you just listen, I'm going to try to remember to timestamp that, but if you've been listening to my rant, my story, okay? Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. What have I been saying? What have I been saying? Happiness is not pleasure, it's victory. Free yourself of these karmic energies. I got full-on goosies. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Signs, numbers. Pay attention. You're being given signs. If you're asking for signs, they will be given to you. Point blank period. I know all about it. You don't ask for it and it shows up, you know, anything can be real, anything can happen, but, you know, you ask for it, kind of like, you know, let it go, and it shows up to confirm, yes, you're on the right path, okay? Finances and career could be a factor here in the reason why we're under this separation right now, you know? But the thing is that you need to take back control of your life. So if your finances and your career are an issue right now, it's because you're still stuck in these lower karmic energies and you're not doing what it is that your heart truly desires. You're going the wrong way, and it does affect your career. It does. It affects, like I said, if one part of your life is like, the rest of it's like, because you're not doing what your heart truly wants to do. You're living your life based off of what others want to do. I know all about it. freaking all about it. And when I was not doing what it is that I needed to do, okay, it was taken away from me. Circumstances and situations outside of my freaking control, okay? As much as I wanted to control the situation and not have it go down that undesirable path, I wasn't paying attention to the signs I was being given. I wasn't following my heart because I was afraid. When I dropped the fear, stop allowing others to not, you don't understand what I'm doing with my life? I don't care. I don't care because I'm helping others. I was meant to do this. And you reap what you sow, right? But when you're doing something from a place where it's in your heart, where you just know your truth in it, and you believe in yourself, you will produce what it is that your heart wants. Everything that you need will be provided for you when you follow your heart. When you're doing things for others, you end up in this like miserable cycle, right? I know all about it. I know all about it from my own whatever, but I also know it with people I work with all the time. People, friends of mine, just people I've known my whole entire life. And I'm like, it's because you're doing something for others. You're not doing it for you. That's what it's about. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. You receive wedding. This situation involves marriage. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. Unrequited love. Lack of love of self. Travel. We have the honeymoon card. There's deception. Somebody's wearing a false mask. Very soon, you need to clearly decide what it is that you want. Divine timing is at play and always has been by divine design. You need to trust and have faith in the unfolding. What did I say? By design, come on. By divine design. You need to trust and have faith in the unfolding because a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. The bottom of the deck is separation. It's time for you to disconnect yourself from the world around you. You need to remain optimistic about your love life. You need to express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. You need to clear your energies of these past karmic relationships in order to give your relationship a chance. By letting go of the karmic relationships, you now can explore your feelings that were real in the connection of the person who is your true love here. You've already met this person, okay? And now it's time to make the effort in order to get to deepen your bond because you know that this connection is real. There could be codependent behaviors. We could be at lower level vibrations. We could still be in these past life karmic relationships. That's what's blocking this, okay? But at the end of the day, you could also be going to lower level vibrations and drinking. And what needs to happen is there needs to be a heart-to-heart conversation, speaking our truth. And by speaking your truth, what are you doing? Loving yourself first, okay? You're loving yourself first by speaking your truth. Yes, this is your soulmate. This could be the one. You've already met this romantic partner, and you are on a spiritual journey together. And what needs to happen is there needs to be a reconciliation in order to ascend the relationship because you, in fact, do deserve this love. But it was the lack of love of self when this came together, correct? Okay? So what do we need to do? We need to free ourselves and take back control of our lives. We need to pay attention to what is going on, okay? There are no coincidences. Everything is always in perfect synchronization. But if you're fighting up against freeing yourself and taking back control of your life, it not only is affecting the connection in the relationship that you have with yourself, but with the person who in fact triggered these emotions of true love within you. This is the romance of a lifetime. So by not paying attention to these signs that you're being given, right? It's affecting your finances. It's affecting every part of your life because you're at these lower level vibrations. You're staying stuck in karmic energies. There could be a marriage that involves children, but there's not a deep soul loving connection here, right? Right? So that sense of unrequited love is lack of love of self. And there's karmic marriages and karmic relationships that are staying together based off of children, right? But you need to free yourself from that belief because you're not happy and you're living in an undesirable situation because you didn't get with that person based off of love, passion, that passion I'm talking about. You know what that passion is. You know it. You felt it. It's undeniable. And you know if you're in a karmic relationship and or a karmic marriage and you met the lover of your soul, and you know that that passion doesn't lie there with your karmic partner or the karmic marriage, and that person came in by divine design in order to show you what true happiness is, show you what it is that you truly want to feel in those relationships that you're lacking. Because maybe you've been wondering what's going on. Maybe you can't figure out why your marriage isn't working out. Maybe you can't figure out why this karmic relationship is more or less beating your face against a brick wall. You know? I know all about it. It's due to the fact that it's lack of love of self and understanding you do deserve love. But there's not, you guys didn't get together off of passion. You got together off of needing someone to validate that you were worthy. That's what this is all about. I don't know how else to put it. And you met the lover of your soul, and you guys shared passion together. It was by divine design in order to show you what your heart truly desires is readily available to you, but now you're denying it to go back into these karmic partnerships. And the only person you're deceiving is yourself. You're deceiving yourself of true happiness, true love. And what's blocking this is the fact that you need to free yourself. And the finances in the career could be a factor in it because you may need to travel. You may need to move. You may need to move from your home. You may need to move from where you live, like your area of where you live, you know. But where true happiness lies is in you. You're mobile. Home is where the heart is. It's not where your house was. It's not where you grew up. It's not your, yeah, there's a comfortability there. There's that, you know, that I grew up here, like that will always be with you in the way that you have memories and your energies and remembering those happy moments, you know. But where your home is built on this earth is not where your heart is. Your heart is always with you. You make home where it feels good to you, right? Right? So if you have that passionate heart connection with someone where you just, you know it. I can't explain it any other way. You know how you feel inside when you think about that person or how it was when you remember when you spent with that person. It's completely impossible for the other person not to feel the same way. It is. I don't know what to say. So you know what that felt like. Why are you denying yourself of that? Because of your beliefs. If you're not happy, you best believe that your surroundings aren't happy either. People, places, things. I know all about it. I say that all the time because I do. I told you last night was the first night I actually went out and was free, and I knew that I had completed the karmic cycle. That cycle of the belief within myself that I was not worthy or good enough, I don't know what you're talking about anymore. I remember, but I don't feel it anymore. That's releasing karma. The feeling is gone. Because now the belief is altered. And you understand it now on a deeper level. And the only person you need to understand it on a deeper level with is you in relation to you. So there may need to be some travel here involved. Moving homes, like I said. Traveling to go see someone. Okay? Because there is somebody that is wearing a false mask. The only person that could be wearing a false mask in the relationship is you in relation to you. As I indicated earlier when I was like doing my whole freaking spiel, is like, if you're not happy with you and you're not being truthful and honest, and you're using emotional manipulation by not being truthful and honest, you're deceiving no one but yourself. That's where karma will bite you in the ass, point blank, period. So you need to clearly decide what it is that you want. What do you want? Make a definitive affirmation of what you want, because this is by divine design. This is worth waiting for, but we need to complete these karmic relationships in order to get onto a new path here with the person who is your true love. You need to trust and have faith. Trust and have faith. Seriously, living on a freaking prayer, right? But that's what it is. You need to trust and have faith in no one but yourself, and understand that your higher self, your guides, your angels, whatever it is that you truly believe in on a spiritual level, okay? People want to say this stuff is like freaking cuckoo, whatever. I'm like, listen, you're not a freaking human here having a spiritual experience. You are a soul inside a shell having a human experience. Wake up. We created this world. Right? And now people are waking up to their spiritual side, and we need help with the people who have been awakened, but they're afraid. What are you afraid of? There's a whole bunch of people out there freaking, it's not just the teachers and the spiritual leaders and the helpers like that came here in order to serve a purpose, in order to help people. It's the people that are waking up and need us to help them. And you're denying your own truth by not facing your fears and speaking your truth and being honest, and screw what everybody else thinks. They'll all wake up too. I already know it. I already called it. I told you. By December of this year, there will be so many changes. Changes are already starting to be put into plan. Think things are coincidences? Again, please, spare me with the coincidence thing. I'm like, nothing is of a coincidence. It's a perfect synchronicity all the time. This card just flipped over while I was doing the clearing. The Nine of Hearts. Listen, I don't know how else. I don't know what else to do here. I told you, we don't have coincidences here. I don't lie. I can't make up crap. I do this on camera. I don't give a shit how long it is. It is what it is. Okay? What I'm saying to you is, what do you want? Very soon, clearly decide what it is that you want. Wishes and desires, yes. Yes. Stop questioning yourself. I'm telling you, once you face that fear, it is like freeing. It's the best feeling, but this is what I always say. You don't do it in order to gain something. You do it because you want to speak your truth in the situation, and that's it. Be honest. Be truthful. Stop deceiving no one but yourself. And then you're going around, and by doing that, you deceive another, and then what happens? You got this person over here, all those triggered emotions and doesn't understand why they're not worthy. And then they're stuck to work it out within themselves, which, that you got to go about it that way. But then what happens? These relationships that are not meant to be apart are apart because one or the other can't loosen the grip and let go of the karmic energies. You want to stay in karmic relationships chasing up after nothing but your own self, settling for someone who you don't have that passionate connection with, based off of false beliefs that you have to stay where you were, planted here, and your family doesn't want you to do this or that or whatever. Your happiness lies in you, and that is it. I don't know how else to say it. I'm serious. You know it, I know it. If you're watching my channel, you understand me on a deeper level. You understand what I talk about, And you just know. Follow your intuition. Follow your inner guidance system. This thing up here does nothing but talk you out of it. Miserable place. Just believe in yourself. I got this. Happiness is not pleasure, it is victory. You know what your happiness is. One more time with these. Now I put the Nine of Hearts back in here, so we'll see if it comes out or whatever. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to use these as clarifiers on this pathway that comes out. So I just want to shuffle these first. Any energy elements that come out, I'll, shout them out for you, of course. I can't. This is crazy. Crazy Pants USA. Okay, listen. We got water. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in this reading. You know your placements, okay? There is a Gemini and a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy who need to be truthful and honest, okay, with each other, because there's intimacy that lies between the two, and there needs to be healing that takes place and a second chance to redo this union, because there was a third-party interference, there was loss, and there was deception. It could have been involving another water element and an earth element, okay? So what I'm seeing here is that there could have been loss and deception and a third party surrounding this relationship between this air and water sign, okay? Relationship here, this connection. This is a union. This is a soulmate connection here, okay? Again. But there was loss and deception around this. Finances are also a factor here, because what it's showing is that we got our mind focused on our money, finances, and career, gaining the ambition in order to achieve success here. But this loss and this deception, okay, is due to the fact that we cut someone out of our life and it caused loneliness and depression, okay? Hurt feelings. Here's where we get this sense and feeling of unrequited love, right? Lack of love of self. We cut somebody out of our life based off of fears. But now we want to lay foundations and verbally communicate with this person in order to have future success. Again, you have 2 travel cards here. You may have to travel to see this person. In order to have healing, heart-to-heart conversation, deepening the bond, in order to have a second chance to redo this. Because you cut this person out of your life, and you know who you are in relation to the other person. You know whether you were cut out or you did the cutting, right? But you know who this person is to you because of the way that you feel. But now you're feeling fenced in and sick and tired of an unhealthy situation because you separated yourself from this person, and now you need to make a choice. And the choice is bringing your truth. I mean, I'm not making this crap up, okay? Between this 5 of Hearts is the feminine energy card, but this is also being truthful, being fair, being honest with our feelings. This is the intimacy card. This is lying in between the air and the water element facing each other. Okay? And the water element is on top of the healing, happy surprises, speaking your truth, second chance to redo this, things that come in twos, right? Because this never went anywhere. Now you're getting a second chance to redo it and get it onto a new path. Okay? But you cut this person out of your life, and now you're feeling fenced in and sick and tired of the unhealthy situation. You were left with the sense of feeling unrequited love during this time of separation. But now there's where healing takes place. Okay? There needs to be healing that takes place over all of this. And how do you do that? By verbally communicating our truth. You may have to travel to see this person in order to face this, because there was loss, there was deception, and through doing this, this is where now the ambition to achieve success lies, with this connection here. Like I said, one part of your life is like this, the other part's probably like this, and you're fighting up against no one but yourself, because you're not living your truth. And you cut this lover of your soul out. This is a lover of the soul, meaning passion direct counterpart. Okay? This is the romance of a lifetime. This could be the one. This person has stirred your romantic feelings. Your feelings are real, worth exploring. This was by divine design. Now it's time to trust and have faith in the unfolding, but it's time to bring our truth. The divine can't force you to go talk to someone. They cannot do that. But they can give you the power within yourself to understand your happiness lies within you and only you. And by speaking your truth without any sort of malicious intent, is freeing yourself. It does not matter what the other person has to say back to you. It doesn't. It's you in relation to you. You're freeing yourself. But there's a truth here that is still being covered up between lovers of the soul. And we're focusing on our money, right? But this loss and deception and the lies, the deceit, the deception was only you in relation to you covering up your truth, which is blocking this from coming together. So how does this come together? Simple. Go within, ask yourself, what truly makes you happy? Write it down. Write down how you feel, you know? But if you have feelings for someone on a deep, deep level, and you know there's a connection there, and I'm not speaking the telepathic communication, like, oh, they know that, you know, we have this connection, like, we'll be together then whenever. No. 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 It's got to be done. You got to face your fears. Do it. Face it. What do you have to lose? Nothing. Nothing. Nothing to lose by being honest. You release all karma that way. I'm serious. Because your fears you've been carrying around with you, that's what's been blocking true love, communication. Seriously, let's be real. Angels, do you have any clarifiers on this pathway here for the energies for the rest of the weekend? Working it out. That's how you work it out. This 8 of clubs fell out on top of the 2 of hearts. Working out. Taking our mask off. Taking the deceptive mask off. Being who you really are. Any more messages? Any more clarifiers in relation to this pathway here? Any more advice? Whoa, okay, yeah, we sure do. Where'd it go? New beginning, new phase of life, financial stability, foundation building, new home, rented property, working on ourselves, licenses, certifications, leases, anything of that nature. Because we're focusing on finances and career, but it's not going in that. It's not going the way that you want it to, is it? Is it? I know that it's not. But it's the lower level feelings, not speaking our truth. It's holding it apart. You're not doing what your heart desires. You're doing what everybody else thinks you should be doing. You want a new beginning? You want a new beginning? Stop allowing others' wishes and desires to affect this. Okay? Because that's what's affecting your stability. Holding this union apart. Working this out. Stuck in a mundane daily routine. Wanting a new beginning. But you're only doing it because of other people, which is completely blocking the financial stability and the foundation. Correct? Think about it. It's insanity, right? Yeah. You want to communicate, and the 3 of diamonds indicates the scattered energies. Okay, you got Hermes the communicator there, who wants to communicate, but there's energy scattered all over the place, and it's due to the fact that karmic cycles need to be completed. The karmic cycle needs to be completed with past karmic partners and speaking our truth. By speaking our truth, okay, that's how you complete a karmic cycle. And it's like gone. You spoke your truth, and now you're working this out. But I mean, the energies are scattered because we're afraid, because we cut this person out, probably didn't really want to. No, you didn't want to cut them out. It was your fears that made, now you're afraid to admit that? Why? If this person is your direct counterpart, and you know whether or not this person is your direct counterpart by the way that you feel inside when you think about them, that passion is there, right? But now we cut this person out and we screwed up. Speak your truth. Direct counterpart gets it, understands it, right? Divine timing. This was by divine design. Giving our time and energy freely. Card also can indicate gifts of giving our time and energy freely, but also gifts, materialistic gifts, whatever. But that card also is, my divine timing. But this is by divine design, right? Yeah. No coincidences here. Now we have the Two of Diamonds popping out. Needing our independence. Needing to speak our truth. B, making a choice. Making a choice. Choosing. Are you choosing you, or are you choosing what everybody else thinks you should be doing? Yeah. Six of Hearts indicates the lover of the soul. And Three of Clubs is indicating using our common sense and good judgment. Because by using our common sense and our good judgment, that's where good luck and growth lies in this brand new beginning in this new phase of life. Manifesting. Manifesting what it is that we truly want, which is what? Being with the lover of our soul, because that's where true happiness and abundance lies. I've been preaching it. I cannot tell you. I mean, it's like the readings are coming out the same. The energies are still, they're shifting, but it's still it's by no coincidences here that these four cards came out first. We cut someone out of our life. Where is that? My bad. We cut someone out of our life, leaving these types of feelings here, right? But by cutting this person out of our life, we're now feeling fenced in and sick and tired of an unhealthy situation. Because through this separation, this is the feelings we were left with. But our true feelings here with the Five of Hearts is indicating intimacy, passion. Now we need to speak our truth. By speaking our truth, that's where healing takes place. And now that's where the light is ignited, and boom, now you're on freaking, autopilot. You're just flowing. You're blocking your own self by not completing karmic relationships. You're blocking your own true happiness. Somebody, and you know who it is, ignited passion in you and dug up all this crap, which it was by divine design to work that way. But now it's waking up to that. Right? I know it. I know it. I have no fears. I have no doubts. I don't lie. This isn't made up. This is, it's real. Seriously, it's real. So, you choose. You choose. I'm just a guide. I'm just a teacher. I just help. But again, this has been coming out for so long, and now it's time to make a decision, take some action. You have nothing to lose by being yourself and speaking your truth. True happiness and abundance lies there. That's what I know for certain. Okay? You know I love you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this. I'm totally plugging this out at 11:11. Freaking 11:11 right now. I'm done. I told you. This is a house of insanity in the best way possible. Closing out at 11:11. Love you guys.